And welcome back to the Weekend Journal here on News Talk 580 WTCM. I'm Jack O'Malley, and the show brought to us by Rectangles Rugs in downtown Traverse City. All right, today I always like to talk about people doing good things in the area here to wrap up the show every week. And today I have, now you said I got it right the first time, so I'm going to get it wrong. Deana, Jerdee, who is the executive director of Paddle Antrim. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm honored that you're honored. So what is Paddle Antrim?
So we are a local nonprofit. Our mission is to protect the waterways by getting people out on the water. We think that when people are out on the water, experience it, they understand the importance of why we want to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of our mission, we host the Chain of Lakes Water Trail, which is the first pure Michigan designated water trail. Pretty excited about that.
So water trail. So I remember there's a chain of lakes up north there too. Are you part of that chain of lakes?
So we are the Chain of Lakes that's in Charlevoix, Antrim, Kalkaska, and Grand Traverse County. Okay. So Torch Lake. So starting up near Ellsworth, going through Central Lake, Bel Air, down all the way to Elk Rapids and emptying into the bay.
And you can paddle all of that.
You can, over 100 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Takes a experienced paddler to pull that off, right?
Not many people do it in one day.
So how did you get started? I mean, obviously, you enjoy paddling and want people out and that sort of thing, right?
I do. So the nonprofit started about 10 years ago. From a varying different things. The Conservancy was involved in looking at water trails at that time. Also at the time, the local chambers of commerce were coming together and thinking about, we share this cool resource. How can we work together? And also Joe Short of Shorts Brewing Company was doing a paddle called the Shorts to Shorts paddle. And all three of those people turned toward each other and decided to work together and formed Paddle Antrim 10 years ago.
So as I've read over some things about Paddle Antrim, part of your mission is to help preserve the waterways, keep them clean, do all that good stuff. And it makes sense to me. One way to do that is to get people interested in being on the water. Exactly. Then they're going to take care of it because it just makes sense. So I guess, how do you do that? You talk about 100 miles. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's an experienced person. So how do you get newbies to come paddle?
For sure. Most people don't start at 100 miles. So we offer introductory classes. So we teach introductory youth kayaking classes as well as adult kayaking classes to just teach people the basics of safety and to have fun on the water. We do small community paddles about every other week during the summer where we invite people to go to a spot. We meet, we paddle for about an hour out on the water and experience a different part of the water trail each time. So we get people out in smaller segments with the community. We're building community as well as, the enjoyment of paddling and the stewardship ethic to protect the waters in the future.
So somebody listening who's like, wow, that sounds like fun, but I'm not really a paddle person. How do you have boats there for them to rent? If you've got somebody out there who wants to try it but hasn't really ever done it before, what do you do? How can you help them?
That's a great question. So we have boats available during our classes, so people can take our classes, and those boats are available. There are liveries in the community where you can rent them, but not necessarily us. But there's some in Bel Air, Elk Rapids, so there's definitely locations around where people can get out on the water, try it without having their own equipment, or if they're just visiting for the area and just want to take a time and get out.
Gotcha. All right, so Paddle Antrim, you've set this up. It sounds, now that it's 10 years in, boy, that was pretty easy. I'm sure it wasn't. What's it been like trying to put something like this together to educate, but also to let people have fun and experience what we have?
It's a great experience. We work with 20 different government entities to create the water trail. So we have signs in the ground so people can, go and figure out where they want to go and have a great experience on the water. We enjoy getting people out through our paddles. We have a big festival every year where we celebrate the end of the season, and we have over 150 people join us on the water. So it's a great way where we can connect with people both through our events, but then having the amenities of the water trail exist so people can do it on their own, right? Not everybody wants to paddle in a group or get instruction. They just want to do their own thing in the, serenity of the water trail. And so those resources, whether it's our website or waterproof map or digital map, are all available for everybody to enjoy the water trail all the time.
Very good. Speaking with Deana Jerdee of Paddle Antrim, so you mentioned a festival at the end, so I want to ask you about that. But yet here we are in the spring, so you guys have got to be getting geared back up for a new season.
We are itching to get back on the water. We are not yet. Water temps are definitely too cold to be getting out yet. So we will kick off our season May 31st with our season kickoff, where we will celebrate being designated a Pure Michigan Water Trail with a community paddle and a celebration at Shorts Brewing Company in Bel Air. And that'll kick off our classes and paddles that really carry us throughout the whole season.
Sure. And then with a festival at the end of the year, what exactly is that? Obviously, we're a little ahead of that schedule here, but that's what, September, October, something like that?
It is. It's mid-September, and we invite paddlers from all over. It's non-competitive, so you can go anywhere from 7 miles if you only want to go 7 to 42 miles over 2 days. And it includes community events all weekend long, celebration with live music, drinks, and just a lot of celebration camaraderie.
Sure. Now, I should maybe bring up, we have a couple minutes here. When we first sat down, I asked you this question about the Swan, because that's kind of how I connected you. But you guys did have a part of one of those iconic parts of northern Michigan, the Swan in Elk Rapids. So did that, obviously that's not part of the Trail of Lakes, but kind of helped kick you guys off and get you known, right?
So the Swan is an iconic part of Rotary Park in Elk Rapids,
Yes.
and that's been there for a really long time. And we recently helped the village raise over $1 million to do some major improvements to that park.
Mm-hmm.
So coming into that park will be a universally accessible kayak launch, universally accessible bathrooms, parking, and other amenities, so people can enjoy that space whether they're traveling through, enjoying the water trail, or enjoying just, being next to the water in Elk Rapids.
So if somebody wants to take these classes or enjoy the trail, is that park this ground zero start, or is there another place where people should congregate or go if they want to be on this trail and take classes and things?
Yeah, so there are 84 access sites on this water trail, so you can experience many different routes or trips along the trail. So Elk Rapids is definitely one, right? It's kind of like the gateway, but you can jump on the trail in Ellsworth and Central Lake and Bel Air and many different spots to create the experience that you want to have.
Sure. All right. So I'm assuming, and I should have probably done a little dive into the website, but I'm assuming these trails and things and these access points are all on the website?
They are. So chainoflakeswatertrail.org is the Water Trails website. You can find all the information about the different routes that are available, whether they're a beginner route, how long they are, how long it's going to take, where you can get a waterproof map. So when you're out on the water,
you've been watching me.
You know where it is. So
very good. So, and you have a website too?
We do. It is paddleantrim.com.
Okay. So here we are, start of the season. Have you been part of the chain of lakes? Has that been around for 10 years, or is that I know obviously the lake's been around longer than 10 years, but has that been an official designation for 10 years, or is that part of what you've put together?
It's part of what we put together. So when we began 10 years ago, we started working on creating the water trail, and in 2021 we opened the water trail to the public with signs in the ground and a website.
Okay.
So this will be our 5th season.
So the signs and everything is what really made it into a trail. I mean, obviously you could paddle that way if you knew where you were going.
Of course, but now there's signs that tell you where you're going, how long it's going to take, what you're going to experience, where the bathrooms are, which I always find really important. All that good stuff.
Very good. Deana, so Paddle Antrim, season kicking off here. Is there a specific start date? Did you mention?
May 31st is our first paddle,
Okay,
and we would love for people to come out.
All right, very good. Thank you. 10 years and Paddle Antrim, where they can find out more?
Paddleantrim.com.
All right, very good. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
You betcha. This is the Weekend Journal on News Talk 580, and it's been a good week. And, of course, today